is that they give you your next idea for your next product. The people that buy your products from you are the ones that tell you how to make your next new product. So you can create, you can go from an entrepreneur to creating $1 billion lifestyle brand. It's all, and we're going to see how a lot of people have done that. So this is the model, and it's organic. The only way you can cut this machine off is to stop feeding it information. That's how you break it. All right, so the idea, the capacity to create and understand ideas is considered the most defining feature of humanity. We monetize, we turn the idea into a product, we monetize the product, and then it gives us more ideas. So all companies are made of really two parts. The part that engineers the product, and the part that sells it, the sleazy sales guy. Hopefully, I'm not like him. All right, but you're going to have to run into this guy. So that's it. It's engineering, creation, and sales. And Bintell Powell has been a sales engineer. So Steve Jobs, he's a sales engineer. He can create a product, conceptualize it, and he can get on stage and be an incredible showman and get you to buy it. Get you to buy a $400 piece of equipment that you probably didn't have any recollection that you needed before he showed it to you. Right? And that's capitalism. That's entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is two parts, creation and sales. Now, what makes things valuable? Why do we take money out of our pocket and buy things? Pain. Human beings have only one agenda on earth, is to avoid pain. We wake up every day from the time the doctor slaps you on your behind, you start crying, to the time you unfortunately pass away. You're waking up every morning and you're processing information to avoid pain. And to do that, to protect us from pain, we use products, like an umbrella. And that's where financial success lies for everyone. There's nothing anybody, whether they like you or not, if your product relieves the pain that they're in, they're going to give you money for it. So pain is value. When we buy value, we're really buying pain relief, like an aspirin. The problem is, are you an aspirin? And what are you giving the world? If you want the world to give you millions as an entrepreneur, you have to give the world pain relief. Now the biggest problem is we don't know what's pain relief from one minute to the next. When you're in pain, like I got a toothache, I got to go to the store and get some aspirin. There's a big difference between the consumer and the manufacturer. To be an entrepreneur, you have to put your mind on the side of the manufacturer. So what you don't realize is that as a salesperson, I've been a salesperson for the last 20 years, I've worked for some of the largest technology slave companies in the world. I was their hitman. I was the guy who went out and designed the system, and then I would obviously come in and sell it too. And what they train you to do is identify pain. And there are 4 types of pains. There's emotional pain, there's physical pain, there's strain on energy, and there's a loss of time. If you can invent a product that alleviates one or all of those pains, people will give you money for it. And that's where the entire economy lives and dies. So the entire stock market and valuations and speculators, it's all these 4 things here. And we're trained, that first one, that's the one. When people are in emotional pain, they spend quick. So my job and your job as a sales engineer is to identify people's emotional pain, lay it out in front of them, and they will willingly give you their money. I'm a predator. So it starts, we have to learn how we're going to create things, right? There's these logic statements. When I was in college studying engineering, there was always this logic, they threw formulas at me, and I'm like, when are they going to tell me about how to make money? Right? And they're not going to tell you that they're giving you $1 million right now. They're not going to tell you. You have to figure it out on your own. But everything that's ever made or ever will be made, everything that every product that we're going to invent for the next 100 years when I'm dead and gone and dusting the winds is already here right now. There's nothing new under the sun. The key is, how are we going to find that? How are we going to see it? How are we going to visualize it? And everything that's ever created was created with simple logic, and this is the mind state that was used. These 4 words. Make these 4 words your religion from this day on. Instead of the painful way, what if we did it like this? And then we're going to see that other very successful, wildly $400 million, billion-dollar people, that's the key to how they created their products. And then to sell it, you sell it with trust. And that's it. That's entrepreneurship. The invention of the product, and then you sell the product with trust. All companies made of 2 parts. If you can do that, that's what you get. You have a money machine. And this is what the money machine looks like, so we'll get into the nuts and bolts of it now. Information identity, there's 3 steps, and in the book I call it the information commandments. Information identifies, it identifies pain. That guy just stubbed his toe. If I give him a little sneaker with rubber on the front, he'll pay for that, right? Because his toe, he doesn't want his toe to hurt. Information that creates the product with that instead of what if statement, and that information sells it. Commodities attracts them, and every life, the real law of attraction is people see a product that relieves pain, and they are naturally attracted to it. You are a product that relieves pain as well. First thing I want to also say is that first rule of sales, first people buy you, and then they buy the product you're selling. So the reality is that you are the product. You are the pain-relieving commodity. And then relationships, they come to you, and they give you money, which is all nice, but they also give you the other 3 pieces of the formula. And this happens as fast as electricity goes through a circuit. And if you don't understand it, if you're not looking out for it, you'll miss it. It happens right past you. But now, we're going to change that. At that point, success just becomes a game that you play with 3 little joysticks. And these billion-dollar companies, that's what they're doing. They're not telling you, but that's exactly what they're doing. Now, this slide I really like. It's called Human Currency. And a lot of the presenters today talked about this, passion, talent, and a thing called genius. When I was growing up, I used to hear people talk about passion. I'm like, what is passion? It's a feminine word. I'm not even saying that word. I don't even know what that is. And then talent. God forbid somebody else was talented. I had a low self-esteem. I didn't know what my talent was, so let's not even talk about that. And who knows what a genius is? But the people who I admire, they're geniuses, but I could never be that. But in the book, and in this book, I've identified and defined these 3 things, which major CEOs of companies call human currency. So when they interview you, they always ask you, what's your passion? Where's your talent? And why do you believe you're a genius? You need to know that for yourself, because you are going to be your own company. So that's something I'm really proud of. The most successful company ever, and just to amplify the value of information, Google, they set out to just organize all of the world's information. They are the most successful company in the history of mankind. Just with that. That's all they want to do, is organize all of the world's information. All right, just to show you that these 3 things are indeed value. Everything about our life can be compartmentalized into these three entities. Information that recognizes pain, that looks painful. All right, if I can get all right, that looks painful, that's not good. Information takes logic, and we're sort of being redundant here, and then here we go, our sleazy sales guy again. All right. The commodity attracts relationship. This is what all people want. We want success. Right now we're chasing after success. Once people have that commodity, success chases you. We want to turn the tables on economics and money, and now we want people to come to us. We don't have to do all that work about, well, no. And hopefully people will see this presentation, they'll go out and success will chase me. Success will chase Canon USA, success will chase Beyonce. Success is definitely chasing her. So why don't we have success chase us? Well, we have to establish to the world with information that we are a pain-relieving product.